to KTVB7 News This Morning. I'm Marine Command Luke Johnson.
And I'm Savannah Strobel.
And our hot topic today is the Bill of Rights and how your rights are being violated.
So we're going to kick it to the picket with our field reporter, Kenya Morales at Cuna High School.
We are here outside of Cuna High School where an insane protest is going on. This student is just out here trying to tell the school what he wants to be done.
Give us rights. I'll tell you what I'm fighting for. They won't give us lunches and they make us wear shirts.
Thanks, Kenya.
That was quite a wild protest out there. Fortunately, our Constitution states that we have the right to protest in that First Amendment of the Bill of Rights.
The First Amendment also states that we have the right of freedom of speech and freedom of religion, among other things.
We're going to toss it to our field reporter, Kenya Morales, who is stationed right outside of a movie theater where a simple man is being denied his rights.
I am right outside of a movie theater where a tragedy has happened.
I'm sorry, we don't allow tattoos here.
I know my rights.
You need to leave right now.
No.
Yes, right now.
No.
Yes.
No.
Can you tell us what has happened to you?
I was going to the movie theater. I had my tattoos on and they won't let me in.
Thanks, Kenya. This is a clear and direct violation of Amendment 9.
According to Amendment 9 of the Constitution, you cannot deny someone their basic rights or implied rights. This meaning, if this man would like to go into a movie theater and he has tattoos, he still has the right to go into the movie theater. Today on How Are Your Rights Being Violated, we have a special testimony from our very own field reporter, Kenya Morales. Kenya, tell us what happened to you.
Well, as you all know, I go to Cuna High School, and I don't know if you've ever had him, but he's the one that screams, and you can hear him from across the hallway. Mr. Benito, he asks for people to leave him your phone, but I didn't have my phone, and I told him that I didn't have it. So as I went to his classroom, he started searching through my stuff, which he cannot do that because that violates my Fourth Amendment, and I just told him that he couldn't do it, and it was even in Spanish, so he should have understood me, but he just didn't understand. He just didn't understand.
Gracias. Teléfono. Muy bien. ¿Teléfono?
No lo tengo.
Qué raro. ¿Está aquí el teléfono?
No.
¿No?
No.
¿Aquí? Kenia, ¿dónde está tu teléfono?
No lo tengo, Benito.
No te creo.
No puedo hacer eso usted. No puede hacer eso.
Wow, Kenya, that was really terrible. Why don't you explain to the viewers why Mr. Benito was in the wrong here?
He's in the wrong because the Fourth Amendment says that you have to have a search warrant before searching anyone, and you can clearly see that Benito did not have a search warrant, so that clearly violated my amendment.
Thanks, Kenya. Thanks for sharing. I'm here this morning with Justin Wick, who had a bit of a problem this last weekend.
Justin Wick, you are being charged for petty theft on the night of Black Friday.
Justin Wick, you're being charged with petty theft. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Guilty as charged. I sentence you to 20 years hard labor. I'm sorry it took so long to get to your court case. 8 years is a long time. Next case.
Justin, why don't you tell us what happened?
Back in 2010, I was going through some hard times. I needed to rob some stores to stay afloat, and I stole some stuff from the dollar store, and then 8 years later I got a trial, and it was not fair and it was not speedy, and I got...
Yes, in fact, this is a direct violation of Justin's rights as a citizen. The Sixth Amendment says that Justin has the right to a speedy trial and the right to an unbiased judge. In addition, the Eighth Amendment says that Justin has the right to no excessive fines and no cruel and unusual punishment, where his 20 years in prison would be cruel and unusual punishment for petty theft. Before we move on to the next scene where your rights are being violated, we're going to kick it to our weather guy, Matthew McCraney.
This is KTVB First Weather. I am Matthew McCraney, and today's forecast is going to be a high of about 43 degrees, low about 15. It's going to be pretty, partly cloudy, but sunny near the end. Next 3-day forecast is going to be 43 degrees tomorrow, next day about 50. Sorry. Hello? I think I have the wrong number.
I am calling to report a crazy man who is with his gun in my neighborhood. My little girl is traumatized. She doesn't even know what to say right now. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, don't worry. He is walking down our neighborhood. He is at our park, and this is really worrying me. This is not allowed. This should not be allowed.
This gun is lovely. I love it. Look at its sleek curve. Oh, it's awesome. Ma'am, calm down. Actually, by his Second Amendment rights, he has the right to carry the gun openly. Except if he's going in places and actually shooting people, he has the right to carry the gun.
Well, Matthew pretty much covered the Second Amendment rights for us, so let's move on to our next amendment. Next up on how are your rights being violated is actually a story about how my rights were violated. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, did you hear that Luke, the anchorman at KTVB, got fired?
No, what happened? He was so good with you.
I don't know. Someone's at the door.
It's 1 in the
Kenya,
morning.
grab the camera. Hello? There's no war going on. I don't have to house you right now.
Just let me in.
No,
I need
no,
housing.
there's no war. No. So clearly, as you can see, they were trying to violate my Third Amendment's rights by saying that I had to house soldiers, but there's no war going on, and the government cannot tell me that I have to house soldiers when there's no war going on. So, my rights almost violated. Luckily, I knew what my rights were. Next up on how are your rights being violated, we're going to talk about a crime that happened a few months ago. Witnesses reported seeing a strange woman with a baseball bat trying to break into someone's car. She was arrested and sent to court where she did have a jury, so her Seventh Amendment rights were upheld. However, there was not enough evidence for the judge to find her guilty, so he ruled her not guilty. Then a few weeks later, this video came out. Surfaced, law enforcement wanted to arrest her and have her tried for her crimes once again. She claimed that they could not do this to her and that it would be considered double jeopardy because they were charging her for the same crime. However, when the video came out, new evidence arose, so they can charge her again so that the jury and judge can have an opportunity to rule differently based on the evidence, which would be considered not double jeopardy. To wrap things up on how are your rights being violated, we're going to send it to our field reporter, Kenya Morales, for some national news.
Thanks, Savannah. It turns out that our federal government is now trying to make it mandatory that every high school in the United States gives homework every night to their students. However, this is not okay because it violates the 10th Amendment, which gives any power that's not in the Constitution to the states, such as education.
Thanks, Kenya, for that crazy news. Make sure if you're a student or a school employee that you are looking out for this unconstitutional law. This concludes our new segment on how are your rights being violated. Remember, if you ever think your rights are being violated, let us know. And from all of us here at KTVB 7, have a violation-free day. I'm Savannah Strobel, signing off.